Dun 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 dun. Before he gave us Close Encounters of the Third Kind, before he gave us E.T., or even before he gave us Jurassic Park, he gave us this. And I mean Steven Spielberg. Can you believe it's been 50 years since this came out? Here's a re-review of the great shark flick itself, the one, the only, Jaws. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a re-review of the 1975 thriller flick Jaws, released by Universal, directed by Steven Spielberg, based on Peter Benchley's 1974 novel the same name, starring Roy Scheider along with Robert Shaw and Richard Dreyfuss. It focuses on a police chief who, with the help of a marine biologist and professional shark hunter, hunts a man-eating great white shark that attacks beachgoers at a summer resort town. The film also stars Hamilton and Lorraine Gary. The screenplay is credited to Benchley, who wrote the first drafts, and actor-writer Carl Gottlieb, who rewrote the script during principal photography. The film was released on this day, June 20th, 1975. Henceforth, today's the film's 50th anniversary. So, happy big 5-0 to this great film. This film was a big success. And what really started the trend for summer blockbusters. Before even Star Wars came out. Anyway, let's get into it with the story. In the New England beach town of Amity Island, a young woman named Chrissy goes for a late night ocean swim, but an unseen force attacks and pulls her underwater. Her partial remains are found washed up on the beach the next morning. After the coroner concludes it was a shark attack, Amity Police Chief Martin Brody closes the beaches. Mayor Larry Vaughn persuades him to reconsider, fearing the town's summer economy will suffer. The coroner, apparently under pressure, now concurs with the mayor's theory that it was a boating accident. Brody reluctantly accepts their conclusion until young Alex Kinter is killed at a crowded beach. A $3,000 bounty is placed on the shark, causing an amateur shark hunting frenzy. Quint, an eccentric local shark hunter, offers his services for $10,000. Consulting oceanographer Matt Hooper examines the girl's remains, confirming she was killed by an unusually large shark. When local fishermen catch a tiger shark, Vaughn declares the beach is safe. A skeptical Hooper dissects the shark and, finding no human remains inside its stomach, concludes the killer shark is still out there. While searching the night waters in Hooper's boat, Hooper and Brody find the half-sunken boat of Ben Gardner, a local fisherman. Hooper dons a scuba suit and goes underwater to check the boat's hull, finds a large shark tooth embedded into it. He drops the tooth after encountering Gardner's severed head. Vaughn dismisses Brody and Hooper's assertions that a great white shark caused the deaths and refuses to close the beaches, allowing only increased safety precautions. On the 4th of July weekend, tourists pack the beaches. The shark enters a nearby lagoon, killing a boater and nearly killing Brody's son Michael, who is hospitalized with shock. Brody then convinces a guilt-ridden Vaughn to hire Quint. Despite initial tension between Quint and Hooper and Brody's fear of the ocean, the three head out to sea on Quint's boat, the Orca, to hunt for the shark. As Brody lays down a chum line, the shark suddenly appears behind the boat. Quint, estimating it is 25 feet, which is 7.6 meters long, and weighs 3 tons, tons, which is 3.0 long tons, 3.3 short tons. Harpoons it with a line attached to a flotation barrel, but the shark pulls it underwater and disappears. Now then, let's continue just before the last bit. At nightfall, Quint and Hooper drunkenly exchange stories about their assorted body scars. One of Quint's is a removed tattoo. He reveals that during WWII, he survived the sinking of the USS Indianapolis, during which sharks killed many U.S. sailors. The shark returns, ramming the boat's hull and disabling the power. The men work through the night, repairing the engine. Now for the ending, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video at once. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below as I count down now. If you've seen this movie already, which I believe a lot of you have, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. In the morning, Brody attempts to call the Coast Guard, but Quint, obsessed with killing the shark without outside assistance, smashes the radio. After a long chase, Quint harpoons the shark with another barrel. The line is tied to the stern cleats, but the shark drags the boat backwards, swamping the deck and flooding the engine compartment. As Quint is about to sever the line to save the boat's transom, the cleats break off and the barrels stay attached to the shark. To Brody's relief, Quint speeds the orca towards shore to draw the shark into shallower waters, but the damaged engine fails. As the boat takes on water, the trio attempt a riskier approach. Hooper suits up and enters a shark-proof cage, intending to lethally inject the shark with strychnine. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Via a hypodermic spear. The shark attacks the cage, causing Hooper to drop the spear. While the shark destroys the cage, Hooper escapes to the ocean bottom, and the shark leaps onto the boat's stern, subsequently devouring Quint. Trapped on the sinking vessel, Brody thrusts a scuba tank into the shark's mouth and, climbing onto the crow's nest, shoots the tank with a rifle. Smile, you son of a... And boom! The resulting explosion kills the shark. In the end, Hooper resurfaces, and he and Brody paddle back to shore, clinging to the remaining barrels. End of story. So what did I think of Jaws? I have seen this several times, and I absolutely love this movie. This is a good example of how a good thriller is supposed to be, especially with having a monstrous titular character of a shark. Anyway, this film proved to be such a big success. It went on to make an overall total of $476 million worldwide on its $9 million budget. After it has been shown several times. Anyway, it got aired on the ABC network right after its theatrical re-release in 1979, just right after the release of the sequel. Anyway, which actually, when it premiered, it was the second highest televised movie, had the second highest televised movie audience at the time, behind Gone with the Wind. So anyway, yeah. Upon its release, it received a ton of praise. Roger Ebert gave in the Chicago Sun-Times, saying it was a sensationally effective action picture, a scary thriller that works all the better because it's populated with characters that have been developed into human beings. It's a film that's as frightening as The Exorcist, and yet it's a nicer kind of fright, somehow more fun because we're being scared by an outdoor adventure saga instead of a brimstone and vomit devil. Variety praised Spielberg's directorial skills and called Robert Shaw's performance absolutely magnificent. Oh, believe me, the list goes on and what have you. Now, of course, this film got a PG rating because, Well, it wasn't quite that big. Well, scary enough to get an R rating, though. Be thankful for that, because this was long before PG-13 even existed. Anyway, the film won 3 Academy Awards for being Best Film Editing, Best Original Dramatic Score, and Best Sound. Now, of course, the score was done by John Williams, who, of course, later went on to work with Spielberg several times and lots of others. Well, of course, working on the Indiana Jones music as well as the music for Star Wars and even the original Superman. This has been released on physical media numerous times and what have you. So you would have a good chance to find it and what have you. Anyway, it was one of the biggest films in 1975. Now for the cast, we have playing Sheriff Brody is Roy Scheider, and I have to admit he's really good and what have you in his performance. This is one of his greats. Playing Quint is Robert Shaw. I will say he's a great character. Yeah, especially when he first appears and talks about this shock will swallow you whole. Yeah, and then of course we have Richard Dreyfuss playing Hooper. And I will say his performance is very good too. So you gotta give the 3 main characters a guys were pretty good. The mayor is played by Murray Hamilton. I gotta say he's a character. I'll tell you that. And playing Ellen Brody, Chief Brody's wife, is Lorraine Gary, and she's not too bad. And there's a host of others and what have you. So anyway, another thing about Jaws is, of course, its theme song, which starts out really terrifying and what have you. Then they'll get up there. But anyway, that's another good thing about Jaws. Its score and of course the great Jaws theme song. Anyway, yeah, I must admit that it is definitely, truly, absolutely a masterpiece. And that's no lie. Jaws, a great film with great characters. And one moment, please. Okay, and I forgot to mention, its Rotten Tomatoes score is certified fresh at 97%, saying its compelling, well crafted storytelling and a judicious sense of terror ensure the film has remained a benchmark in the art of delivering modern blockbuster thrills. I gotta agree with that. So, anyway, Jaws proved to be a big success for Universal and would go on to have 3 sequels afterwards. Of course, the first one would be released 3 years later in 1978. If I'm not mistaken, with of course the yeah, yeah, yeah. Jaws 2 was released 3 years later, and while it did okay and what have you, and then, of course, in 1983, 5 years later, we got Jaws 3D, where it was okay. But 4 years later, we got Jaws the Revenge, which is easily the worst. I'll review those later on down the road, maybe sometime late next month or maybe going through this summer. We'll see what happens. But with everything said, Jaws is a good film. So I'm already recommending this as hell yeah, go for it. Jaws is a good film that you don't want to miss. I appreciate the story of this as well as its great cast and characters. Steven Spielberg's direction, and of course, John Williams' great score. Enough said about it. Watch this film. You will like it if you have not seen this yet. So, what did you think of Jaws? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel, give them to know me. Maybe they'd like to be a part of my Big D Nation. Share my videos with your friends if you'd like. And join me next time when I give to you the next part of my Filmation Archie series Revisited Saturday Morning TV Log with Archie's TV Funnies. So, if you like this, check out my reviews for some of these other films that Spielberg did that are really good. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of his 1981 masterpiece, the first of the Indiana Jones franchise, in Raiders of the Lost Ark from 1981. The upper right-hand corner is my review of Jurassic Park from 1993, or if you'd like, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of E.T. the Extraterrestrial from 1982. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.